Okay, so we left off yesterday in Numbers chapter 20. Well, we finished chapter 20, so now we're going on with chapter 21. Arad conquered. Here we go. When the Canaanite, the king of Arad, who lived in the Negev, heard that Israel was coming by the way of Atharim, then he fought against Israel and took some of them captive. Aw, thank you. Verse 2. So Israel made a vow to the Lord and said, if you will indeed deliver this people into my hand, then I will utterly destroy their cities. The Lord heard the voice of Israel and delivered up the Canaanites. Then they utterly destroyed them and their cities. Thus the name of the place was called Hormah. Then they set out from Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea to go around the land of Edom, and the people became impatient because of the journey. The people spoke against God and against Moses. Why have you brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no food and no water. We loathe this miserable food. So here they are grumbling once again about wandering around in the desert, and they are not content with the manna that God provides. The Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, so that many people of Israel died. So the people came to Moses and said, we have sinned, because we have spoken against the Lord and you. Intercede with the Lord, that he may remove the serpents from us. And Moses interceded for the people. Then the Lord said to Moses, make a fiery serpent, and set it on a standard. And it shall come about that everyone who is bitten, when he looks at it, he will live. And Moses made a bronze serpent, and set it on the standard. And it came about that if a serpent bit any man, when he looked to the bronze serpent, he lived. Now the sons of Israel moved out and camped in Oboth. They journeyed from Oboth and camped at Ayi Abarim, in the wilderness which is opposite Moab, to the east. From there they set out and camped in Wadi Zered. From there they journeyed and camped on the other side of the Arnon, which is in the wilderness that comes out of the border of the Amorites, for the Arnon is the border of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites. Therefore it is said in the book of the wars of the Lord, Waheb in Supha, and the Wadis of the Arnon, and the slope of the Wadis that extends to the site of Ar, that and leans to the border of Moab. From there they continued to Beer, that is the well where the Lord said to Moses, assemble the people, that I may give them water. Then Israel sang this song, spring up, O well, sing to it, the well which the leaders sank, which the nobles of the people dug, with the scepter and with their staffs. Let me turn this light on real quick. There we go. And from the wilderness they continued to Matana, and from Matana to Nahalil, and from Nahalil to Bamoth, and from Bamoth to the valley that is in the land of Moab at the top of Pisgah, which overlooks the wasteland. Then Israel sent messengers to Sihon, king of the Amorites, saying, let me pass through your land. We will not turn off into field or vineyard. We will not drink water from wells. We will go by the king's highway until we have passed through your border. But Sihon would not permit Israel to pass through his border. So Sihon gathered all his people and went out against Israel in the wilderness, and came to Jahaz and fought against Israel. Then Israel struck him with the edge of the sword and took possession of his land from the Arnon to the Jabbok, as far as the sons of Ammon, for the border of the sons of Ammon was Jazer. Israel took all these cities, and Israel lived in all the cities of the Amorites, in Heshbon, and in all her villages. For Heshbon was the city of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who had fought against the former king of Moab, and had taken all his land out of his hand, as far as the Arnon. Therefore those who use proverbs say, come to Heshbon, let it be built, so let the city of Sihon be established. Or is it Sihon? I don't know. For a fire went forth from Heshbon, a flame from the town of Sihon. It devoured Ar of Moab, the dominant heights of the Arnon. Woe to you, O Moab! You are ruined, O people of Chemosh! He has given his sons as fugitives and his daughters into captivity to an Amorite king, Sihon. But we have cast them down. Heshbon is ruined as far as Dibon. Then we have laid waste even to Nophah, which reaches to Mediba. There's many names here that I am not good at pronouncing. Thus Israel lived in the land of the Amorites. Moses sent to spy out Jazer, and they captured its villages and dispossessed the Amorites who were there. Then they turned and went up by the way of Bashan, and Og, the king of Bashan, went out with all his people for battle at Edrei. But the Lord said to Moses, Do not fear him, for I have given him into your hand, and all his people and his land, and you shall do to him as you did to Sihon, king of the Amorites, who lived at Heshbon. So they killed him and his sons and all his people until there was no remnant left him, and they possessed his land. More coffee. I had 4 viewers, but ever since I changed it to Bible reading, they went away. Nobody wants to listen to the Bible, of course. Thank you. Maybe. Okay, chapter 22. Balak or Balak? Is it Balak or Balak? I think it's Balak. Okay, we'll go with Balak. Balak sends for Balaam. Then the sons of Israel journeyed and camped in the plains of Moab, beyond the Jordan opposite Jericho. Now Balak the son of Zippor saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. So Moab was in great fear because of the people, for they were numerous. And Moab was in dread of the sons of Israel. Moab said to the elders of Midian, Now this horde will lick up all that is around us, as the ox licks up the grass of the field. And Balak the son of Zippor was king of Moab at that time. So he sent messengers to Balaam the son of Beor at Pethor, which is near the river, in the land of the sons of his people, to call him, saying, Behold, a people came out of Egypt. Behold, they cover the surface of the land, and they are living opposite me. Now therefore, please come, curse this people for me, since they are too mighty for me. Perhaps I may be able to defeat them and drive them out of the land. For I know that he whom you bless is blessed, and he whom you curse is cursed. So the elders of Moab and the elders of Midian departed with the fees for divination in their hand. And they came to Balaam and repeated Balak's words to him. He said to them, Spend the night here, and I will bring word back to you as the Lord may speak to me. And the leaders of Moab stayed with Balaam. Then God came to Balaam and said, Who are these men with you? Balaam said to God, Balak the son of Zippor, king of Moab, has sent word to me. Behold, there is a people who came out of Egypt, and they cover the surface of the land. Now come, curse them for me. Perhaps I may be able to fight against them and drive them out. God said to Balaam, Do not go with them. You shall not curse the people, for they are blessed. So Balaam arose in the morning and said to Balak's leaders, Go back to your land, for the Lord has refused to let me go with you. The leaders of Moab arose and went to Balak and said, Balaam refused to come with us. Then Balak again sent leaders more numerous and more distinguished than the former. They came to Balaam and said to him, Thus says Balak the son of Zippor, Let nothing, I beg you, hinder you from coming to me. For I will indeed honor you richly, and I will do whatever you say to me. Please come then, curse this people for me. Balaam replied to the servants of Balak, Though Balak were to give me his house full of silver and gold, I could not do anything, either small or great, contrary to the command of the Lord my God. Now please, you also stay here tonight, and I will find out what else the Lord will speak to me. God came to Balaam at night and said to him, If the men have come to call you, rise up and go with them. But only the word which I speak to you shall you do. So Balaam arose in the morning. Let me try that again. So Balaam arose in the morning and saddled his donkey and went with the leaders of Moab. But God was angry because he was going, and the angel of the Lord took his stand in the way as an adversary against him. Now he was riding on his donkey, and his 2 servants were with him. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way with his drawn sword in his hand, the donkey turned off from the way and went into the field. But Balaam struck the donkey to turn her back into the way. Then the angel of the Lord stood in a narrow path of the vineyards, with a wall on this side and a wall on that side. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she pressed herself to the wall and pressed Balaam's foot against the wall, so he struck her again. The angel of the Lord went further and stood in a narrow place where there was no way to turn to the right hand or the left. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she lay down under Balaam. So Balaam was angry and struck the donkey with his stick. And the Lord opened the mouth of the donkey, and she said to Balaam, "What have I done to you that you have struck me these 3 times?" Then Balaam said to the donkey, "Why are you speaking?" No, I'm just kidding. Then Balaam said to the donkey, "Because you have made a mockery of me. If there had been a sword in my hand, I would have killed you by now." The donkey said to Balaam, "Am I not your donkey on which you have ridden all your life to this day? Have I ever been accustomed to do so to you?" And he said, "No." Look, the donkey's using logic to him. Anyway, verse 31. Then the Lord opened the eyes of Balaam, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way with his drawn sword in his hand, and he bowed all the way to the ground. The angel of the Lord said to him, "Why have you struck your donkey these 3 times? Behold, I have come out as an adversary, because your way was contrary to me. But the donkey saw me and turned aside from me these 3 times. If she had not turned aside from me, I would surely have killed you just now and let her live." Balaam said to the angel of the Lord, "I have sinned, for I did not know that you were standing in the way against me. Now then, if it is displeasing to you, I will turn back." But the angel of the Lord said to Balaam, "Go with the men, but you shall speak only the word which I tell you." So Balaam went along with the leaders of Balak. When Balak heard that Balaam was coming, he went out to meet him at the city of Moab, which is on the Arnon border, at the extreme end of the border. Then Balak said to Balaam, "Did I not urgently send to you to call you? Why did you not come to me? Am I really unable to honor you?" So Balaam said to Balak, "Behold, I have now come to you. Am I able to speak anything at all? The word that God puts in my mouth, that I shall speak." And Balaam went with Balak, and they came to Kiriath Huzoth. Balak sacrificed oxen and sheep and sent some to Balaam and the leaders who were with him. Then it came about in the morning that Balak took Balaam and brought him up to the high places of Baal, and he saw from there a portion of the people. Now, if you would give me a moment, I would like to eat some of my breakfast. Ah. Hmm. Nothing. This is toast with peanut butter and honey mixed together. It is peak breakfast materials, along with a coffee. Perfect companion to coffee. Okay, we're about ready to continue. Chapter 23. The Prophecies of Balaam. Then Balaam said to Balak, "Build 7 altars for me here, and prepare 7 bulls and 7 rams for me here." Balak did just as Balaam had spoken, and Balak and Balaam offered up a bull and a ram on each altar. Then Balaam said to Balak, "Stand beside your burnt offering, and I will go. Perhaps the Lord will come to meet me, and whatever he shows me I will tell you." So he went to a bare hill. Now God met Balaam, and he said to him, I have set up 7 altars, and I have offered up a bull and a ram on each altar. Oh, so this is Balaam speaking to God. And then the Lord put a word in Balaam's mouth and said, Return to Balak, and you shall speak thus. So he returned to him, and behold, he was standing beside his burnt offering, he and all the leaders of Moab. He took up his discourse and said, From Aram Balak has brought me, Moab's king from the mountains of the east. Come curse Jacob for me, and come, denounce Israel. How shall I curse whom God has not cursed? And how can I denounce whom the Lord has not denounced? As I see him from the top of the rocks, and I look at him from the hills, behold, a people who dwells apart, and will not be reckoned among the nations. Who can count the dust of Jacob, or number the 4th part of Israel? Let me die the death of the upright, and let my end be like this. Then Balak said to Balaam, What have you done to me? I took you to curse my enemies, but behold, you have actually blessed them. He replied, Must I not be careful to speak what the Lord puts in my mouth? Then Balak said to him, Please come with me to another place from where you may see them, although you will only see the extreme end of them, and will not see all of them, and curse them for me from there. So he took him to the field of Zophim, to the top of Pisgah, and built 7 altars, and offered a bull and a ram on each altar. And he said to Balak, Stand here beside your burnt offering, while I myself meet the Lord over there. Then the Lord met Balaam, and put a word in his mouth, and said, Return to Balak, and thus you shall speak. He came to him, and behold, he was standing beside his burnt offering, and the leaders of Moab with him. And Balak said to him, What has the Lord spoken? What has the Lord spoken? Then he took up his discourse and said, Arise, O Balak, and hear. Give ear to me, O son of Zippor. God is not a man, that he should lie, nor a son of man, that he should repent. He has said, and will he not do it? Or has he spoken, and will he not make it good? Behold, I have received a command to bless. When he has blessed, then I cannot revoke it. He has not observed misfortune in Jacob, nor has he seen trouble in Israel. The Lord his God is with him, and the shout of a king is among them. God brings them out of Egypt. He is for them like the horns of the wild ox. For there is no omen against Jacob, nor is there any divination against Israel. At the proper time it shall be said to Jacob and to Israel, what God has done. Behold, a people rises like a lioness, and as a lion it lifts itself. It will not lie down until it devours the prey, and drinks the blood of the slain. Then Balak said to Balaam, Do not curse them at all, nor bless them at all. But Balaam replied to Balak, Did I not tell you? Whatever the Lord speaks, that I must do. Then Balak said to Balaam, Please come, I will take you to another place. Perhaps it will be agreeable with God that you curse them for me from there. So Balak took Balaam to the top of Peor, which overlooks the wasteland. Balaam said to Balak, Build 7 altars for me here, and prepare 7 bulls and 7 rams for me here. Balak did just as Balaam had said, and offered up a bull and a ram on each altar. He's rather persistent. All right, need to take another break. I'm going to eat more toast. Butter toast. Ha 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 ha. Eh. Okay. My coffee's finished. Numbers chapter 24. When Balaam saw that it pleased the Lord to bless Israel, he did not go as at other times to seek omens, but he set his face toward the wilderness. And Balaam lifted up his eyes and saw Israel camping tribe by tribe. And the Spirit of God came upon him. He took up his discourse and said, The oracle of Balaam the son of Beor, and the oracle of the man whose eye is opened. Good morning, Mr. Hellboy. The oracle of him who hears the words of God, who sees the vision of the Almighty, falling down yet having his eyes uncovered. How fair are your tents, O Jacob, your dwellings, O Israel! Like valleys that stretch out, like gardens beside the river, like aloes planted by the Lord, like cedars beside the waters. Water will flow from his buckets, and his seed will be by many waters. And his king shall be higher than Agag, and his kingdom shall be exalted. God brings him out of Egypt. He is for him like the horns of the wild ox. He will devour the nations who are his adversaries, and will crush their bones in pieces, and shatter them with his arrows. He couches, he lies down as a lion, and as a lion who dares rouse him? Blessed is everyone who blesses you, and cursed is everyone who curses you. Then Balak's anger burned against Balaam, and he struck his hands together. Like a clap, I guess. I wonder if it looked like this. Oh, that looks really good. A bite? Okay, sure. Fine. Yeah, thank you. I was going to demonstrate what it might have been like in this little certain scenario.
Food ASMR.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Thank you. I'm looking at verse 10 here, where it says, Then Balak's anger burned against Balaam, and he struck his hands together. So it's like Balak was like, boy. So I'm munching on two different things. I have toast that my wife made me, toast with peanut butter and honey mixed together, and then what she made for herself, toast with spam and eggs. Did you put cheese on it this time? Yeah, spam, eggs, and cheese. It's it's amazing. You can probably see the steam coming off of it. Anyway, verse 10 says, Then Balak's daughter, then Balak's anger burned against Balaam, and he struck his hands together. And Balak said to Balaam, I have called you to curse my enemies, but behold, you have persisted in blessing them these 3 times. Therefore, flee to your place now. I said I would honor you greatly, but behold, the Lord has held you back from honor. Balaam said to Balak, Did I not tell your messengers, whom you had sent to me, saying, Though Balak were to give me his house full of silver and gold, I could not do anything contrary to the command of the Lord, either good or bad, of my own accord. What the Lord speaks, that I will speak. And now, behold, I am going to my people. Come, and I will advise you what this people will do to your people in the days to come. He took up his discourse and said, The oracle of Balaam the son of Beor, and the oracle of the man whose eye is opened, the oracle of him who hears the words of God, and knows the knowledge of the Most High, who sees the vision of the Almighty, falling down, yet having his eyes uncovered. I see him, but not now. I behold him, but not near. A star shall come forth from Jacob. A scepter shall rise from Israel, and shall crush through the forehead of Moab, and tear down all the sons of Sheth. Edom shall be a possession. Seir, its enemies, also will be a possession, while Israel performs valiantly. One from Jacob shall have dominion, and will destroy the remnant of the city. Is this a prophecy of Jesus? Where it says, One from Jacob shall have dominion, and will destroy the remnant of the city. That really sounds like a Jesus prophecy to me. Anyway, maybe Hellboy knows. Verse 20. And he looked at Amalek and took up his discourse and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his end shall be destruction. And he looked at the Kenite and took up his discourse and said, Your dwelling place is enduring, and your nest is set in the cliff. Nevertheless, Cain will be consumed. That's Cain with a K, not Cain with a C. How long will Asher keep you captive? Then he took up his discourse and said, Alas, who can live, except God has ordained it? But ships shall come from the coast of Kittim, and they shall afflict Asher and will afflict Eber. So they also will come to destruction. Then Balaam arose and departed and returned to his place, and Balak also went his way. Chapter 25, the sin of Peor. I'm going to need another break so that I can consume more of my toast. Yummy. Oh.
Is he named Hellboy because of the character?
Yeah, he's a big fan of Hellboy.
Nice.
Hellboy is a big fan of Hellboy. Mm-hmm. How long have you been a fan of Hellboy? I feel like it's been like as long as I've known you, which is a while. And maybe like almost 20 years I've known
Did you
him.
see the David Harbour Hellboy? And if you did, what is his thoughts?
Oh, the David Harbour Hellboy. Yeah. Have you seen it yet? What are your thoughts?
Me personally, mid.
Mid? Hmm.
I was excited for David Harbour and Hellboy, but I think just everything worked against him.
I kind of like David Harbour.
I think he would be a good Hellboy after what's his face? But he was the perfect Hellboy, the OG Hellboy.
Oh, the OG one? Yeah, he was a really good one. All right. Let's get into chapter 25. The sin of Peor. While Israel remained at Shittim, the people began to play the harlot with the daughters of Moab, for they invited the people to the sacrifices of their gods. Yeah. Yeah, he's been a fan ever since the first one came out. Anyway, verse 2, for they invited the people to the sacrifices of their gods, and the people ate and bowed down to their gods, Moab's gods. So Israel joined themselves to Baal of Peor, and the Lord was angry against Israel, rightfully so, because, Baal is not a real god, and the God of Israel is a real God. So it's like his people are leaving him for this fake thing. It's not even real. It's, spiritual adultery, basically. That's what idolatry is. All right. Verse 4. The Lord said to Moses, Take all the leaders of the people and execute them in broad daylight before the Lord, so that the fierce anger of the Lord may turn away from Israel. So Moses said to the judges of Israel, Each of you slay his men who have joined themselves to Baal of Peor. Then behold, one of the sons of Israel came and brought to his relatives a Midianite woman, in the sight of Moses and in the sight of all the congregation of the sons of Israel, while they were weeping at the doorway of the tent of meeting. When Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, saw it, he arose from the midst of the congregation and took a spear in his hand, and he went after the man of Israel into the tent, and pierced both of them through, the man of Israel and the woman, through the body. So the plague on the sons of Israel was checked. Those who died by the plague were 24,000 because of their
Double homicide.
double homicide, because of their idolatry. The zeal of Phinehas, which is what we just saw here. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Double kill. Again. Double kill. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, the son of Aaron the priest, we could just call him the grandson of Aaron, the grandson of Aaron the priest, has turned away my wrath from the sons of Israel, in that he was jealous with my jealousy among them, so that I did not destroy the sons of Israel in my jealousy. Therefore say, Behold, I give him my covenant of peace, and it shall be for him and his descendants after him, a covenant of a perpetual priesthood, because he was jealous for his God, and made atonement for the sons of Israel. See, this is, our zeal for God being rewarded right here, even turning away the wrath of God because he was zealous. All right. 14. Now the name of the slain man of Israel who was slain with the Midianite woman was Zimri, the son of Salu, a leader of a father's household among the Simeonites. The name of the Midianite woman who was slain was Cosbi. Cosbi? Bill? No, the name of the Midianite woman who was slain was Cosbi, the daughter of Zur, who was a head of the people of a father's household in Midian. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Be hostile to the Midianites and strike them, for they have been hostile to you with their tricks, with which they have deceived you in the affair of Peor and in the affair of Cosbi, the daughter of the leader of Midian, their sister who was slain on the day of the plague because of Peor. Chapter 26. Census of a New Generation. Then it came about after the plague that the Lord spoke to Moses and to Eleazar the son of Aaron, the priest, saying, Take a census of all the congregation of the sons of Israel from 20 years old and upward, by their fathers' households, whoever is able to go out to war in Israel. So Moses and Eleazar the priest spoke with them in the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho, saying, Take a census of the people from 20 years old and upward, as the Lord has commanded Moses. Now the sons of Israel, who came out of the land of Egypt, were Reuben, Israel's firstborn, the sons of Reuben, of Hanok, the family of the Hanokites, of Palu, the family of the Paluites, of Hezron, the family of the Hezronites, of Carmi, the family of the Carmites. Excuse me. These are the families of the Reubenites, and those who were numbered of them were 43,730. The son of Palu, Eliab. The sons of Eliab, Nemuel and Dathan and Abiram. These are the Dathan and Abiram who were called by the congregation who contended against Moses and against Aaron in the company of Korah, when they contended against the Lord. And the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them up along with Korah, when that company died, when the fire devoured 250 men, so that they became a warning. Yeah. The sons of Korah, however, did not die. The sons of Simeon, according to their families, of Nemuel, the family of the Nemuelites, of Jamin, the family of the Jaminites, of Jachin, the family of the Jachinites, of Zerah, the family of the Zerahites, of Shaul, the family of the Shaulites. These are the families of the Simeonites, 22,200. The sons of Gad, according to their families, of Zephon, the family of the Zephonites, of Haggai, the family of the Haggites, of Shuni, the family of the Shunites, of Ozni, the family of the Oznites, of Eri, the family of the Erites, of Arod, the family of the Arodites, of Areli, that's a good name, the family of the Arelites. These are the families of the sons of Gad, according to those who were numbered of them, 40,500. The sons of Judah were Er and Onan, but Er and Onan died in the land of Canaan. The sons of Judah, according to their families, were Shelah, the family of the Shilonites, of Perez, the family of the Perizzites, of Zerah, the family of the Zerahites. The sons of Perez were of Hezron, the family of the Hezronites, of Hamul, the family of the Hamulites. These are the families of Judah, according to those who were numbered of them, 76,500. That's a lot of Judah. Bless you. Now stop that. Anyway, verse 23. The sons of Issachar, according to their families, of Tola, the family of the Tolaites, of Puva, the family of the Punites. Interesting. Of Jashub, the family of the Jashubites, Of Shimron, the family of the Shimronites. These are the families of Issachar, according to those who were numbered of them, 64,300. The sons of Zebulun, according to their families, of Sered, the family of the Seredites, of Elon, the family of the Elonites, of Jaleel, the family of the Jaleelites. These are the families of the Zebulunites, according to those who were numbered of them, 60,500. The sons of Joseph, according to their families, Manasseh and Ephraim. The sons of Manasseh, of Machir, the family of the Machirites, and Machir became the father of Gilead. Of Gilead, the family of the Gileadites. These are the sons of Gilead. Of Lezer, the family of the Lezerites. Of Helek, the family of the Helekites. And of Asriel, the family of the Asrielites. Interesting. Israel, Asriel. And of Shechem, the family of the Shechemites. And of Shemida, the family of the Shemidates, maybe? And of Hepher, the family of the Hepherites. All these names. Now, Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, had no sons, but only daughters. And the names of the daughters of Zelophehad were Mala, Noah. There's a girl named Noah in the Bible. Huh. Hoglah, Milcah, and Tirzah. These are the families of Manasseh, and those who were numbered of them were 52,700. These are the sons of Ephraim. Yeah, I know it's a lot of names, and they're all hard to, well, most of them are hard to pronounce. These are the sons of Ephraim according to their families. Of Shuthelah, the family of the Shuthelahites. Of Becher, the family of the Becherites. Of Tahan, the family of the Tahanites. These are the sons of Shuthelah. Of Aaron, the family of the Aaronites. These are the families of the sons of Ephraim according to those who were numbered of them, 32,500. More numbers. These are the sons of Joseph according to their families. Now the sons of Benjamin according to their families. Of Belah, the family of the Belites. Of Ashbel, the family of the Ashbelites. Of Ahiram, the family of the Ahiramites. Of Shephufam, the family of the Shephamites. Of Hufam, the family of the Hufamites. The sons of Belah were Ard and Naaman. Of Ard, the family of the Ardites. Of Naaman, the family of the Naamites. Now, there's no now there. These are the sons of Benjamin according to their families, and those who were numbered of them were 45,600. These are the sons of Dan according to their families. Of Shuham, the family of the Shuhamites. These are the families of Dan according to their families. Oh, that's it. Just the Shuhamites. All the families of the Shuhamites, according to those who were numbered of them, were 64,400. The sons of Asher, according to their families. Of Imnah, the family of the Imnites. Of Ishvi, the family of the Ishvites. Of Beriah, the family of the Berites. Of the sons of Beriah. Of Heber, the family of the Heberites. Of Malkiel, the family of the Malkielites. The name of the daughter of Asher was Sarah. These are the families of the sons of Asher, according to those who were numbered of them, 53,400. The sons of Naphtali, according to their families. Of Jaziel, the family of the Jazielites. Of Guni, the family of the Gunites. Of Jezer, the family of the Jezerites. Of Shilem, the family of the Shilemites. These are the families of Naphtali, according to their families. And those who were numbered of them were 45,400. These are those who were numbered of the sons of Israel, 601,730. So that's still a lot of people, even after a bunch of them were dying in the wilderness because of their rebelliousness or their idolatry. All right, verse 52. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Among these the land shall be divided for an inheritance according to their number of names. To the larger group you shall increase their inheritance, and to the smaller group you shall diminish their inheritance. Each shall be given their inheritance according to those who were numbered of them. But the land shall be divided by lot. They shall receive their inheritance according to the names of the tribes of their fathers. According to the selection by lot, their inheritance shall be divided between the larger and the smaller groups. These are those who were numbered of the Levites according to their families. Of Gershon, the family of the Gershonites. Of Kohath, the family of the Kohathites. Of Merari, the family of the Merarites. These are the families of Levi, the family of the Libnites, the family of the Hebronites, the family of the Malites, the family of the Mushites, and the family of the Korahites. Kohath became the father of Amram. Oh, there's a missile called Amram, but I think it's got two A's in the second section. Amram missile. Anyway, verse 59. Goodness, excuse me. The name of Amram's wife was Jochebed, the daughter of Levi, who was born to Levi in Egypt. And she bore to Amram, Aaron and Moses, and their sister Miriam. Oh, this is like the genealogy of Moses. Okay. So we had Levi, and we have Amram. Yeah, Levi begot Kohath. Kohath begot Amram. Amram married Jochebed, which was also a daughter of Levi, and they bore Aaron, Moses, and Miriam. Okay. And verse 60. To Aaron were born Nadab and Abihu, Rip, Eleazar and Ithamar. But Nadab and Abihu died when they offered strange fire before the Lord. See, they should have known better. Those who were numbered of them were 23,000, every male from a month old and upward, for they were not numbered among the sons of Israel, since no inheritance was given to them among the sons of Israel. These are those who were numbered by Moses and Eleazar the priest, who numbered the sons of Israel in the plains of Moab by the Jordan at Jericho. But among these there was not a man of those who were numbered by Moses and Aaron the priest, who numbered the sons of Israel in the wilderness of Sinai. For the Lord had said of them, They shall surely die in the wilderness. And not a man was left of them, except Caleb the son of Jephunneh, and Joshua the son of Nun. Son of Nunya. Yeah. All right, I need to eat more toast. Ah. None of your business.
How many more numbers?
10 more.
Only 10 more numbers.
There's only 10 more numbers. And then after that, there's no more numbers in the Bible. All right, then. I need to get all the peanut butter out of my teeth. Okay. Chapter 27. A law of inheritance. Then the daughters of Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, came near. And these are the names of his daughters: Mela, Noah, and Hoglah. Imagine being a girl named Hoglah. Bro, you'd get bullied so much. Yeah. And Milcah and Tirzah. They stood before Moses and before Eleazar the priest, and before the leaders and all the congregation at the doorway of the tent of meeting, saying, Our father died in the wilderness, yet he was not among the company of those who gathered themselves together against the Lord in the company of Korah. But he died in his own sin, and he had no sons. Why should the name of our father be withdrawn from among his family because he had no son? Give us a possession among our father's brothers. So Moses brought their case before the Lord. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, The daughters of Zelophehad are right in their statements. You shall surely give them a hereditary possession among their father's brothers, and you shall transfer the inheritance of their father to them. Further, you shall speak to the sons of Israel, saying, if a man dies and has no son, then you shall transfer his inheritance to his daughter. If he has no daughter, then you shall give his inheritance to his brothers. If he has no brothers, then you shall give his inheritance to his father's brothers. And if his father has no brothers, then you shall give his inheritance to his nearest relative in his own family, and he shall possess it. And it shall be a statutory ordinance to the sons of Israel, just as the Lord commanded Moses. Then the Lord said to Moses, go up to this mountain of Abarim, that's Abarim, yeah, and see the land which I have given to the sons of Israel. When you have seen it, you too will be gathered to your people, as Aaron your brother was. For in the wilderness of Zin, during the strife of the congregation, you rebelled against my command to treat me as holy before their eyes at the water. These are the waters of Meribah of Kadesh in the wilderness of Zin. Then Moses spoke to the Lord, saying, may the Lord, the God of the spirits of all flesh, appoint a man over the congregation, who will go out and come in before them, and who will lead them out and bring them in, so that the congregation of the Lord will not be like sheep which have no shepherd. Imagine Moses actually writing about his own death, because God just told him, like, you're gonna die too, because you rebelled against me, and he's like, he has to write this down so that everyone for all time can know about this, know the reason why.
I'd be writing with tears in my
Yeah,
eyes.
know the reason why Moses died before actually getting into the land of Canaan. Verse 18, so the Lord said to Moses, take Joshua the son of Nun, a man in whom is the Spirit, and lay your hand on him, and have him stand before Eleazar the priest and before all the congregation, and commission him in their sight. You shall put some of your uh, yeah, that would suck. You shall put some of your authority on him, in order that all the congregation of the sons of Israel may obey him. Moreover, he shall stand before Eleazar the priest, who shall inquire for him by the judgment of the Urim before the Lord. At his command they shall go out, and at his command they shall come in, both he and the sons of Israel with him, even all the congregation. Moses did just as the Lord had commanded, just as the Lord commanded him. And he took Joshua and set him before Eleazar the priest and before all the congregation. Then he laid his hands on him and commissioned him, just as the Lord had spoken through Moses. I think we have time for one more chapter. And then next time we'll probably get the rest of the way through Numbers. What's after Numbers? Deuteronomy, of course. Anyway, Numbers 20. Wait, did Moses write Deuteronomy as well?
That's what I was wondering, because at the very end of Deuteronomy, like the last chapter, it says, that Moses sees Canaan and then dies, like immediately after seeing it. So
I
I'm
wonder.
like wondering
I
if,
wonder if Joshua like finished off Deuteronomy for Moses.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
Huh. I wonder what the scholarly consensus is on that. Anyway, chapter 28, laws for offerings. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, command the sons of Israel and say to them, you shall be careful to present my offering, my food for my offerings by fire, of a soothing aroma to me at their appointed time. You shall say to them, this is the offering by fire which you shall offer to the Lord, 2 male lambs 1 year old without defect, as a continual burnt offering every day. You shall offer the one lamb in the morning, and the other lamb you shall offer at twilight. Also 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour for a grain offering, mixed with 1/4 of a hin of beaten oil. How do you beat oil? Just imagine something like you got this like dish of oil, and you're just like, take that oil. I'm not sure. Maybe that's how they got oil out of the olives or something. They just beat the olives and then.
you know how in the video where they're like making like mochi or like rice, and then they're like, she like folds it, and then the guy just boom.
Oh yeah,
Like,
boom!
that's
You
what
fold and then boom. All right, verse 6. It is a continual burnt offering which was ordained in Mount Sinai as a soothing aroma, an offering by fire to the Lord. Then the drink offering with it shall be 1/4 of a hin for each lamb. In the holy place you shall pour out a drink offering of strong drink to the Lord. The other lamb you shall offer at twilight, as the grain offering of the morning and as its drink offering. You shall offer it an offering by fire, a soothing aroma to the Lord. Then on the Sabbath day 2 male lambs 1 year old without defect, and 2/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with oil as a grain offering, and its drink offering. This is the burnt offering of every Sabbath in addition to the continual burnt offering and its drink offering. Then at the beginning of each of your months you shall present a burnt offering to the Lord, 2 bulls and 1 ram, 7 male lambs 1 year old without defect, and 3/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering, for each bull, and 2/10 of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering for the 1 ram, and 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour mixed with oil for a grain offering for each lamb, for a burnt offering of a soothing aroma, an offering by fire to the Lord. Their drink offerings shall be half a hin of wine for a bull, and 1/3 of a hin for the ram, and 1/4 of a hin for a lamb. This is the burnt offering of each month throughout the months of the year, and 1 male goat for a sin offering to the Lord. It shall be offered with its drink offering in addition to the continual burnt offering. Then on the 14th day of the first month shall be the Lord's Passover. On the 15th day of this month shall be a feast. Unleavened bread shall be eaten for 7 days. On the first day shall be a holy convocation. You shall do no laborious work. You shall present an offering by fire, a burnt offering to the Lord, 2 bulls and 1 ram and 7 male lambs 1 year old, having them without defect. For their grain offering you shall offer fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for a bull, and 2/10 for the ram. 1/10 of an ephah you shall offer for each of the 7 lambs. 1 male goat for a sin offering to make atonement for you. You shall present these besides the burnt offering of the morning, which is for a continual burnt offering. After this manner you shall present daily for 7 days the food of the offering by fire of a soothing aroma to the Lord. It shall be presented with its drink offering in addition to the continual burnt offering. On the 7th day you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no laborious work. Also on the day of the first fruits, when you present a new grain offering to the Lord in your feast of weeks, you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no laborious work. You shall offer a burnt offering for a soothing aroma to the Lord, 2 young bulls, 1 ram, 7 male lambs 1 year old, and their grain offering of fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for each bull, 2/10 for the 1 ram, 1/10 for each of the 7 lambs, also 1 male goat to make atonement for you. Besides the continual burnt offering and its grain offering, you shall present them with their drink offerings. They shall be without defect. So basically, to be an Israelite back here, you had to have a lot of livestock, a lot of oxen, a lot of goats, a lot of rams, a lot of lambs, and maybe even some turtle doves and pigeons. You basically had to be a farmer back then in order to be an Israelite, because you had to make these sacrifices all the time. Do you think we have enough time for one more chapter? How many verses are in this chapter? Oh, it's not that bad. Only 39. 4 minutes. All right, we'll do it. 29. Yeah, exactly. Make sure they're without defect. Imagine you have like 100 lambs and only one of them is without defect. You're like, well, sorry. Numbers 29, offerings of the 7th month. Now in the 7th month, on the first day of the month, you shall also have a holy convocation. You shall do no laborious work. It will be to you a day for blowing trumpets. You shall offer a burnt offering as a soothing aroma to the Lord, 1 bull, 1 ram, and 7 male lambs 1 year old without defect. They also have to be 1 year old. Also their grain offering, fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for the bull, 2/10 for the ram, and 1/10 for each of the 7 lambs. Offer 1 male goat for a sin offering to make atonement for you. Besides the burnt offering of the new moon and its grain offering, and the continual burnt offering and its grain offering, and their drink offerings according to their ordinance, for a soothing aroma, an offering by fire to the Lord. Then on the 10th day of this 7th month you shall have a holy convocation. You shall humble yourselves. You shall not do any work. You shall present a burnt offering to the Lord as a soothing aroma. 1 bull, 1 ram, 7 male lambs 1 year old, having them without defect, and their grain offering, fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for the bull, 2/10 for the 1 ram, 1/10 for each of the 7 lambs, 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the sin offering of atonement, and the continual burnt offering and its grain offering, and their drink offerings. You know what I'm wondering? How did they get all the grain and the grapes for these like drink offerings and the grain offerings if they were just wandering through the wilderness? How could they like maintain crops and like, their gardens of, right, yeah, their crops of grains and things like that? It's interesting. Anyway, verse 12. Then on the 15th day of the 7th month you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no laborious work, and you shall observe a feast to the Lord for 7 days. You shall present a burnt offering, an offering by fire as a soothing aroma to the Lord. 13 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs 1 year old, which are without defect. Yeah, maybe. Maybe they had family that grew the crop while they did the farming. I mean, they were in the wilderness for 40 years, so during that 40 years they could, yeah, they had to, they probably planted crops and stuff in the wilderness. I don't know if the wilderness produced many crops or not, but maybe that's how they did it. Verse 14, and their grain offering, fine flour mixed with oil, 3/10 of an ephah for each of the 13 bulls, 2/10 for each of the 2 rams, and 1/10 for each of the 14 lambs, and 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, its grain offering, and its drink offering. Then on the second day, 12 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs 1 year old without defect, and their grain offering and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams and for the lambs, by their number according to the ordinance. It kind of seems like for every Jew, there had to be like 100 of each of these animals. So if there's 600,000 of the Israelites, I wonder how many animals they had with them.
No wonder they took forever in the wilderness.
Yeah, no wonder. Verse 19, and 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering and its grain offering, and their drink offerings. Then on the third day, 11 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs 1 year old without defect, and their grain offering and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams and for the lambs by their number according to the ordinance, and 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering and its grain offering and its drink offering. Then on the fourth day, 10 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs 1 year old without defect, their grain offering and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams and for the lambs by their number according to the ordinance, and 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, its grain offering, and its drink offering. Then on the fifth day, 9 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs 1 year old without defect. Is this going to go all the way down to it until it gets to 1 bull? Maybe. And their grain offering and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams and for the lambs by their number according to the ordinance, and 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering and its grain offering and its drink offering. Then on the sixth day, 8 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs 1 year old without defect, and their grain offering and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams and for the lambs by their number according to the ordinance, and 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, its grain offering and its drink offerings. Then on the seventh day, 7 bulls. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. Then on the seventh day, 7 bulls, 2 rams, 14 male lambs 1 year old without defect, and their grain offering and their drink offerings for the bulls, for the rams and for the lambs, by their number according to the ordinance, and 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, its grain offering and its drink offering. On the 8th day, you shall have a solemn assembly. You shall do no laborious work, but you shall present a burnt offering, an offering by fire, as a soothing aroma to the Lord. 1 bull, 1 ram, 7 male lambs 1 year old without defect, their grain offering and their drink offerings for the bull, for the ram and for the lambs by their number according to the ordinance, and 1 male goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offerings and its grain offering and its drink offering. You shall present these to the Lord at your appointed times, besides your votive offerings and your freewill offerings, for your burnt offerings and for your grain offerings and for your drink offerings and for your peace offerings. Moses spoke to the sons of Israel in accordance with all that the Lord had commanded Moses. All right. Wow, made it all the way to chapter 30. Thank you for listening. We're going to be transitioning over to Halo, where you will watch me die a lot, because I'll be playing on Legendary. All right. I'll be right back.